Hello, 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 hello. Good morning. How are we all? Oh, that sounds terrible. We're not awake yet. Good morning, everybody. Okay, you're kind of awake. Get a coffee in the break, you'll be fine. Hi, everybody. My name is Jamie Shields. Just before I begin, for anyone who, like myself in the room, is visually impaired or registered blind, I'll do a quick visual description. I look like Brad Pitt. Okay, I am registered blind, that was a lie. I have dark hair, pushed up to one side, it's quite short. For anyone who's been on planning calls with me, yes, I did get a haircut. I am wearing a navy shirt, I am a white male, and just to point out for anyone who's thinking, that shirt's dirty, no, it's a pattern on my shirt, trust me. I can clean it off, it won't come off. I am so excited to be here today. I am disabled. To be matter of fact, I am disabled by society, and that is the name of my business. I was born with ocular albinism and nystagmus, which is a complete mouthful and a really medical term. In non-medical terms, I am the same as an albino, and I have uncontrolled movement of my eyes. So if you see my eyes darting around the room, I'm not looking for anybody, my eyes are having a dance. I'm also autistic and ADHD. I have scoliosis. Apparently, I collect disabilities like Pokemon cards, which is why I stem with a Pokeball. So, we are all very welcome to this event today, and thank you for joining us, because one of the greatest joys for me about getting to do this is about shared learning. There's so much fear about disability, and in a lot of cases, that fear stops us from trying. And for me, that is the biggest failure of all, is not trying. So by being here today, by hearing from a panelist, by hearing from Tourism NI, and from organisations who are really helping change the tourism landscape, you're contributing to a more inclusive, accessible industry. So thank you so much for being here. I hope it's a day full of learning, laughter, networking. Don't wave at me from across the room. I'm registered blind. Come say hello if you want a selfie. But I hope you really do have an enjoyable day and you take so much from it. So today, as I said, is a day of learning. I want to share a quick experience of mine and why I feel today is so important. Whenever we're booking a destination to go away, most people will look at a website and say, right, we're going to, let's say Derry. We're going to Derry this weekend. What's there to do? And you'll go online and you'll look. Well, actually, for a disabled person using online, 96% of the world's top 1 million websites are not fully accessible. What that means is for people like myself who are disabled, who rely on assistive technology, cannot engage with your website. That's an automatic barrier. You're going away somewhere. You want to know what you're able to do. You want to know whether it's cheaper to get a pint that evening. You don't be paying £20 for a pint and a burger. You want to be getting your value for your money. You want to look around. You also want to know, how accessible is this place going to be? For many of us, we don't think about this. We don't think about the accessibility. But for a disabled person, we have to. Without accessibility, we're not included. Without accessibility, we're not able to participate. Without accessibility, we spend our time on the inaccessible outside looking in. So accessibility is so incredibly important, not just for your visitors, but equally for everybody in this room. Because we have this belief, or this wrong belief, that to be disabled makes you an other. You're a part of that group. It doesn't include us. When the reality is, that's not the case. Disability is part of the human experience. Any one of us can acquire disability at any given time, whether it's permanent or whether it's temporary. We're an aging population and we're all at one accident away from disability. So it's not about us and them, it's about future-proofing. Accessibility is about future-proofing to ensure that our industry is inclusive, accessible, and that it is equitable. And that is what we're going to do here today. We're going to look at best practices, as I said, and I'm hoping that there's lots of lessons and lots of networking. And let us know what you're doing as well during the breaks. Come mingle, come tell us what you're doing, because there's no point keeping what you're doing secret. Shout it from the rooftops. Let everybody know what you're doing, particularly your disabled visitors. So I do just want to point out, before we kind of dive in and welcome our first guest, the absolutely incredible Emer, that we do have Irish Sign Language to my left. I think that's my left. It is my left. So we have Irish Sign Language here, but later during one of our demonstrations with SignSource, we will have British Sign Language, so BSL. Now, are we ready to kickstart the day and start some learning, instead of me rambling into the microphone? I would like to welcome our very first guest, who is going to set the scene for today And it is somebody who I have met a few times now who I am in awe of every time I meet because they have the most incredible dress sense, but because they're so passionate about what they do. As somebody who's registered blind, I rely on remembering people's colours, what they're wearing, what they smell like, and this person stands out in the crowd every time to me. So I would love to welcome Emer Callaghan, who is the head of tourism, part of Tourism NI and the head of Visitor Experience. So please welcome Emer, who's going to set us up for the day.